What's up, everybody? It's your boy Baybar to Go Bar, bringing you another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. So today we're gonna check out one of my favorite decks. It's not necessarily one of my best decks, but it's a really fun, really janky deck. I think you'll enjoy it if you have the pieces to put it together. On that note, before we dive in a little deeper, I just want to give a big shout out to Octagon and D3 for the recent booster crafting news. Looks awesome. I mean, the big deal here is ultimately if you're willing to spend the money and put in the effort to get enough dupes, you can actually collect every single card in the game. I think that's awesome. You know, you sit here, you watch one of my videos and you want to go in and build the deck. Well, too bad. You might be missing one of the key pieces, and the reality is with drop rates where they are, it's almost impossibility that you ever get it. I mean, you can literally spend thousands of dollars chasing cards and never get them under the current system. So they changed that. Excellent news. Love you guys, Octagon. Well done. Really excited about this game right now. So before we dive into the deck, I just want to talk about Soren for a second. So he's like really powerful. So I was stoked to have him come in as a black-white planeswalker, and then he hits Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest, and it's like, ugh, seriously, 82 hit points? Come on, man. I mean, but, you know, really, his colors are good. Black, white's actually a pretty strong combination, one of the better, I think. But the reason Soren doesn't get a lot of good playtime and competitive type of events is because his loyalty abilities are actually really weak. And more importantly, they don't help you. They're all like win more abilities, right? So if you look at his first, it doesn't do anything unless you have a creature on the board. Well, you know, sometimes having a creature on the board is not automatic. So, and even if you do, if you have one creature on the board, it can generate 2 extra mana. So it's really not a very good first loyalty ability. His second one's similar. It doesn't do anything unless you have creatures attacking. And the third one, the same thing. You know, basically just give creatures +4/+0 whenever you gain life. Again, you have to have creatures or it doesn't do anything. So with 82 hit points and really no ability to recover from a slow start, I think that's the main reason he doesn't get much play. If you end up drawing just a bunch of blank cards early, it's not like he can draw more cards. It's not like he can use his abilities to, you know, disable or kill opponent creatures, or really generate decent mana to help him overcome. So, yeah, he's not competitive, but this is still a fun deck, and hopefully it'll work out for me. The name of the deck is Marionette, and it's, as you see, a 1-creature deck, and the solo creature is none other than Marionette Master. This is one of my favorite cards in the game just because it's so unique. She fabricates 3 coming onto the board, and then anytime a support is destroyed, she does her power to the opponent planeswalker's face. So she's a big deal in this deck, and the other big deal is Soren's ult that we just looked at that gives +4/+0 to any creature anytime you gain life. And then that combos with this card, Underhanded Design. This is the other big piece of the puzzle. When a support you control enters the board, you gain 1 life and your opponent takes 1 damage. When this support is destroyed, the first creature in your opponent's control is destroyed. We don't want that to happen. We want this support to remain on, and more importantly, we want Miriam to come on the board once Underhanded Designs and Soren's ultimate are online, and that'll really ramp her up huge. And then we'll try and kill him by, you know, either having the opponent match the tokens or matching the tokens on our own. Their favorite way to get Marion out is deploy the Gatewatch, because that'll get 3 copies of her every time, assuming you don't have a lot in her hand and it doesn't do something janky with your exile pile. The rest of the deck is kind of up to you, but I use Behold the Beyond just as a good way to dig for the pieces like Underhanded Design and deploy the Gatewatch, and also kill spells, stuff like that. Just really efficient. Takes 15 mana and turns it into 36 effectively. One of the best spells in the game. We have 2 kill spells and Ruinous Path that has that Awaken ability, so you can get a 6/6 out there potentially. You have 2 The Slaughter, another just really efficient 5 mana kill. We have 2 mana fixers, that is Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, super efficient. You pay 5 mana to get immediate return on 3 next turn, and just keeps going, and plus it can be better if you're using colorless cards. Shambling Vent, one of those colorless cards, but this is a black-white converter that also has the added perk with the Activate where you get lifelink, which can be relevant in this deck. Another draw engine in Tamiyo's Journal. And this is interesting as a draw engine here, because every time you have a clue pop, if Marion's on the board, that'll actually cause her to ping and actually hit the opponent. The final piece is Mirror Pool, which is just a really cool card. Help you maybe ramp into a kill spell to get deploy fully filled, or if you put Marion down on top of it, she'll immediately reinforce herself and then ping the opponent, so she can't actually fabricate out her tokens, which basically ruins the vibe of the deck. So let's see what happens. I'll probably go into this Behold the Beyond. Obviously we take the 5-drop, but really I'm actually also trying to get up to kind of max loyalty, or at least loyalty up to the point where I can cast Sorin's 3rd. So I might actually take some suboptimal plays and actually just really work towards the loyalty if possible. But right now I really need this this gem converter down. This should potentially help me make some more loyalty matches and some more matches in general. That's annoying. Maybe it's a cycling deck, so... Oh, that's a freaking annoying card. No big deal, though. I mean, really, as long as he doesn't have a threat on the board. I mean, like I said, we're really just trying to capture a lot of loyalty right now. This is not my favorite, but I think I'm going to see if a green or a blue drops down. And did not, so... No, my thing's in risk of getting killed already, so... My board state is weak, man. Very weak. I'm not seeing anything great. I know I got that white match down below. That doesn't, I mean, yeah, I think that's right. And then fill up the kill spell, at least in case I need it. This looks like a cycling deck he's playing, which a curator pretty just guarantees that. So I'm not super worried about losing, so hopefully I'll be able to get it up quickly, though, without making you guys wait and watch this game for the next 2.5 hours. But I'll probably just wait till all my pieces of the puzzle are ready to go. I don't know why I just did that. Really, with the Ruinous Path, you don't necessarily want to fill it unless maybe you're trying to like take out a disable or something like that that's on the board. Like if you had Claustrophobia down, I'd want to put the tokens on that. But other than that, I actually prefer to not be taking up the first slot, because if you recall, the tokens that come from Fabricate all fill up the first slot, and I want Marion there so she actually does more damage whenever I'm ready to play her. So again, I think I might just take a loyalty match here. It's probably suboptimal, but I don't need the mana right now. I hate wasting my black and white gems if I don't need the mana, and I do need to get up to an ultimate with Sorin. So that's the combination that I would have loved to play. Compelling argument. That card does nothing. And this is one of the problems with cycling, in my opinion. It's like if the computer actually cycled, the cycling mechanic would have been nerfed like a week after it launched, because it's just so unbelievably strong. And yet if no one, if the computer never actually casts it, then no one actually cares. So let's go ahead and redeploy this, hopefully at a more attractive place. Not really. And keep working up towards our loyalty gains. He's got a bunch of stuff that I don't really care too much about, but it would be nice if I could... There we go. There's one piece of the puzzle. So I'm going to put enough out to play this if I can get access. And it looks like that's pretty easy here. So I'm getting pretty close. Now I would like to see either a BTB or deploy the Gatewatch in hand. I'm pretty close to my loyalty at this point. I hope he leaves me that 5-pack of loyalty right there, which he does. Floodwater's his own creature. Not sure that was the best play. Just to put it lightly. But all right, so now we're just basically waiting to draw a card. I'm not going to put that down at this point because it might get destroyed as far as his ultimate goes, and he can't make me discard that one. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away and see if we can't deploy the Gatewatch at some point in the hopefully not too distant future. I never take the landfall here. I'll always take the combination. A, you get more loyalty, and B, you get more mana. So that's probably obvious, but if not, then, do that. But yeah, I mean, like, think about it. If you're, like, trying to do booster crafting, or so you're trying to, like, watch this video, and you're like, wow, I really like Baybar's deck. Like, I want to try that. And yet... you don't have, deploy the Gatewatch, or you don't have Marionette Master, and you're just totally, like, at the mercy of the drop system. And, honestly, probability says you likely never will get that. That's annoying. That's not, in my opinion, what makes, Magic the Gathering so great. So that's an annoying card. He is in double mana bonus. I don't know why I decided to play Supercharged, but That's okay. We'll keep plugging away here. You know, I'll make him out now while I have the chance because, well, I don't even have the chance right now. So here you can see the problem with Soren, right? Like, I don't have any good mana swaps. He has no skill because I have no board state. There's nothing I can do. I'm just kind of at the mercy of the board right now and what he sees. And that's why Soren doesn't get a lot of play, especially in more competitive events. I do want to take that guy out, though. He's, you know, going to kill me pretty quickly with my piddly little life total. So, got a combination. That's good. I don't really... Let's see here. I'll use my kill spell on his little minion and then try and get up and up for BTB. Probably next turn. That guy's annoying because he fabricates all the time. So he's still got a decent sized threat on the board. Hopefully I'll catch a kill spell when I BTB and be able to knock that Drake out of the sky. And more importantly, hopefully I can do that this turn. That's just a servo, no big deal. Oh shoot, that's annoying. So I got the kill spell down below, but it is that awaken. That is one of the drawbacks of the awaken. So if this was the other kill spell, obviously I could try and hit 8 mana. But that was weird. Yeah, not to be, because if I go past 5, it just starts going into his awaken total, which is not what I'm looking for. So let's just put this down and see what happens. Turn that 15 mana into a whole lot more. Hopefully we get a deploy. There's one of those. And a kill spell. That's beautiful. Alright, so now we're just going to knock him out of the sky, and we're going to work towards one of these deploy the Gatewatches. It would have been nice to get a mirror pool and be able to combo into the deploy, but not to be. Hopefully he doesn't unburden me again. So here we go. Alright, now if he had a creature, I could go ahead and use the mirror pool deploy combo, but not to be. So I might actually go deploy into deploy. I'm going to go ahead and put this down just in case I get enough mana up. And underhanded design actually is down to 1 shield, but I'm about to fill that up, so no big deal. Alright, let's see. I don't see anything great other than this little white match, so again, let's hope he doesn't unburden both of my deploys or something super annoying like that. So far, so good. There's one of my deploys. Okay, but I have got the other one online. And I believe I'll be able to cast it this turn. I certainly will. Alright, so here's the payoff. Thank you guys for being patient. Here's what we're looking to do with this deck. So I'll go ahead and drop that just to buff one of the Marionette Masters, since it looks like I have at least a 9 mana hit here with the little combo. Alright, so we dropped our mirror pool, and here we go into deploy. So immediately reinforces with the mirror pool. You see him ping the 8 damage there. And then here's really the highlight. Every time she creates one of these servos, because Soren's ult is down and the underhanded design is down, she pings for 1 life with underhanded designs. The 1 life causes Soren's ultimate to give her +4. And here we go. You're just going to build a really, really massive, powerful Marionette Master. And typically when this happens, it's night-night for the opponent. They oftentimes they actually end up killing themselves. So if we can get, you know, maybe 1, but usually 2 combo servos. There you go. I bet he takes that blue match right there anyway. He might take this black one down at the bottom right, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure which one he's going to take. It's probably the black one because it's got my support on it, which, I mean, hopefully he doesn't get into a kill spell by doing it. He took the blue and bam! There you go, buddy. Have 180-ish damage to your face. So, anyway, as you can see, it's a really fun deck. You know, I wouldn't really play it that way. Typically, I would have, like, you know, pushed out the deploy early. I would have pushed out Marion and actually just tried to burn him down. But it's surprising how often you actually get deploy online with his ult and underhanded designs down. It's like you probably win in the way I just did, about a third to half the game. So, really fun deck, really cool deck. Give it a try if you have the cards. If you don't have the cards, well, guess what? You can actually finally chase them because Booster Crafting is coming out and it's going to be really cool. Alright guys, thanks for listening. Let me know if there's anything you want to talk about and any decks you'd like to see. And see you next time. Bye-bye.